SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
Toyota Brookhaven services all makes and models. That could be why we were voted best service department the past 2 years. Come see why. Exit 40 Brookhaven or online at ToyotaBrookhaven.com. Great service, great savings. At Toyota Brookhaven, we deliver.
Pike County, here comes your morning show. Dave in the morning on 93.5 FM, SuperTalk Mississippi.
So now, understand, you're not going to dictate to me what I do and what I don't do, but I'm still the mayor, Mr. Brown.
None of this meeting is recorded. None by any parties. Correct?
No, sir, mine is recorded. I'm being accused.
Any conversation.
Said I want to make it on record. I want the allegations in writing, or the accused, or on recording of this harassment.
And now, here's your host, Dave Hughes.
Good morning, how you doing? Another beautiful day. Oh man, got spooked. There's a little gap in the window over here. We've got the blinds and we've got the SuperTalk pull-up sign, and there's a little gap where I can just see part of what's going on. And I saw something low and black slowly move past the window, and I'm like, is it a gremlin? A possum, perhaps. No, it's the Roomba. That's how my day's going, by the way, in case you were dying to know, and I feel certain you were. Hope it's a great day for you. If it's not, remember, fake it till you make it. It can be a great day as long as you pretend really, really hard. No, I'm not joking. I'm dead serious on that. Your attitude is everything about this kind of stuff. The good news is, attitude-wise, when it comes to the weather, not going to be hard to have a good attitude, a positive attitude about this. Sunny today with a high of 72, low tonight of 55. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 75, low tomorrow night 56. By Saturday, well, it changes a little bit. Just a little bit. 40% chance of rain Saturday, mainly Saturday afternoon. By Saturday night, a 100% chance of showers and heavy rainfall possible. Happy Valentine's Day. Great night for you and the one you love to stay home on Valentine's Day. Have I mentioned, by the way, that the birth rate has plummeted? I'm just throwing that fact out there, not connected to anything, as we look for the chance of some rough weather Saturday night and into Sunday. Really Sunday, or after midnight, is when we have the most potential this weekend here in Pike County to see some loud weather, if you will. High on Sunday around 72. That'll be good. 20% chance for Sunday night, and then back to beautiful weather on Monday. High of 70, 74 on Tuesday. Next Wednesday, we are forecast to have a high temperature of 78. I'm pretty sure the threat of ice is gone now. No sleet, no freezing rain, none of that. I think we're going to be in good shape. So, You know, I have a list of things we need to talk about. One thing, our usual reminder, rain aside, but it's the perfect lead-in to this. In case you didn't see it, Mississippi Forestry Commission late yesterday, put out a notice about the wildfire in Emmett County over the weekend. If you didn't know about this, on Sunday, they had a wildfire in Emmett County. 115 acres. They got out there, they got it extinguished, they got it put out. We have talked about this over the last month, that your firefighters are tired. They have been for a little while now. As the Forestry Commission says in their post, as we move through the winter and into spring, historically the peak time for fire activity in Mississippi, it's critical to remain vigilant. Escaped debris burns are the leading cause of wildfires in our state. In other words, you're so desperate to make your yard look pretty, you'll burn your neighbor's house down. That is not a high IQ move. Sorry. It's just not. Well, it's important. Why? Why is it that important? Timing is everything. The way you manage the fire is everything. They give some safety tips. Since you're going to get out, I passed multiple people burning stuff in their yard yesterday. Number one, check the forecast. Avoid burning on dry, windy days. Wind, not really an issue today and tomorrow, so that's good. Kind of freeze it up a little bit. Next week, by Wednesday, that day I told you where the high is 78, we're going to have gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. That is not a burn day. Don't do it. Clear the area. Ensure your burn site is clear down to the bare soil, not the grass, the bare soil in a wide radius. Well, that's going to make my yard look ugly. Just this big bare soil naked spot to burn in, that's going to make everything look bad. Is it going to make it look better or worse than the stuff you're trying to burn did? And is it going to make it look better or worse than no longer having your house? These are just facts. Sorry. Never leave a fire or hot coals. Keep a water source ready. Have a shovel, a rake, whatever, so that you can cover it up if it starts acting stupid. And check out for any bans. That was posted by Bill Lunsford and Trey Jones with the Mississippi Forestry Commission. We just had that one less than a week ago in Emmett County, right here in southwest Mississippi. This is, as I'm fond of saying, this is not a far away someplace else problem. This is not an issue for other people to worry about. No, this is our problem. This is your problem. This is my problem. My house is also flammable, so I would appreciate it if you wouldn't do that. And we've talked about it before. We've had firefighters on the air before, and we've talked about this. It's not even your next door neighbor. It's the guy a half mile down the street in his house, because the wind, you saw the wind thing, notice in this update, the wind will pick up a little ember. You might not even see it. Might not be noticeable. It'll carry it up to a mile away, then it will land and it will start a fire. That's still your fault. So use a little common sense. I saw this notice yesterday after, again, I had seen 2 or 3 people with some pretty big burns going on. And you know how this works. Everyone's attitude is always, well, yeah, other people have problems. I know what I'm doing. I got this under control. You know who else said that? The captain of the Titanic. That worked out great, didn't it? You have a lot less problems if you go through life acting as if you don't know what you're doing in some situations, because that makes you cautious. And again, being cautious will mean by this time next year, you'll still have a house. That's my goal here. When we come back, a couple of things that I want to make sure are on your radar. We'll get to those next.
Southwest Supply Company is your local source for supplying your office, restaurant, concession stand, or household, cleaning and janitorial supplies, food service items, and more. We're proud to be able to deliver all of your office supplies, office furniture, and business machines. Call 601-684-5521 or visit us at 1036 Gordon Covington Road in Summit. Southwest Supply Company, delivering weekly to Macomb, Brookhaven, and surrounding areas.
Listen to your heart. Take a step towards a stronger you. Join Southwest Health for our 36th annual Heart Healthy Day on Friday, February 13th. Head over to Uptown Macomb Mall from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for free health screenings, expert advice, and exciting giveaways. Follow your heart to better health at the 36th annual Heart Healthy Day on Friday, February 13th. This event is completely free. We'll see you there.
Every now and then we remind all of you loving, awesome, hard-working husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. Super Talk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalk.PikeCounty.com. It's all around, it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalk.PikeCounty.com.
Weekday mornings at 6 after 9 on 93.5 FM, or you can catch up anytime by going to
SuperTalk.PikeCounty.com.
Dave in the morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Catch up and catch on.
There's too many men, too many people making too many problems, and there's not much love to go around. Can't you see this is a land of confusion? This is the world we live in, and these are the hands we're given. Use them and let's start trying to make it a place worth living in.
Welcome back. Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County, 93.5. On a beautiful Thursday morning. Hope it is a great day for you and yours, and it can be a great day tomorrow, because if you've missed out on some of the other Mardi Gras festivities, we had the Macomb Parade, we had the Summit Parade. Now it's time for the Magnolia Mardi Gras Parade and Festival. That's tomorrow, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. That will get started. the parade registration, vendor registration for the festival, open through today. So there's still time if you'd like to participate. Today is the cutoff. You can get your applications at City Hall, right there on the railroad tracks in Magnolia. They're open from 8 till 4 today, or you can call 783-5211. The parade will be at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then the festival opens up. I would assume at some point, somewhere in there, in the festival, there will be an availability of funnel cakes. I'm in at that point. You know that. If you know anything about me, I am pathetically weak when it comes to funnel cakes. And that will be no different. That will be unchanged tomorrow in Magnolia. So I wanted to put that on your radar. Now, let's talk about something that's going around on Facebook. How many times have I told you that Facebook is not real life? Quit believing Facebook. You see something on Facebook, don't believe it. Unless you have personal knowledge to the contrary, it's bull. You know that friend of yours, you know that person you know. They've always got a story. And most of the time it's just, you can tell immediately they're making it up. Or even worse, made it up in advance to try to sound important. And they launch into their story and they're telling it, and they start talking about things. You were there. You know that wasn't true. But then you look around and some of the other people in your friend group are nodding along going, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. And they're taking it seriously, and you're wondering what's wrong with them. How do they not? They were there with me. They know this isn't true. What's going on? Unfortunately, everyone is so quiveringly desperate to have something to be upset about or to focus on that they'll buy anything at this point. And that's the gas in the engine of Facebook at this point. Over half of the things on Facebook are bull. They're horse hockey. Another great example passed in front of me yesterday. Well, it was posted day before yesterday. I saw it yesterday. It was posted on the 10th, and it says, in all caps, of course, because, you know, this is a burning crisis, literally. In 7 days, February 17th, 2026, the Ring of Fire eclipse will cross the southern United States, and if you're anywhere within the path of annularity or even outside it watching a partial eclipse, there's one non-negotiable rule. You must protect your eyes at every moment the sun is visible. Also, we'd like to remind you, next time you're around a campfire, don't try to lick it. These and other high-quality pieces of advice coming soon. But here's the problem. They have a map. They have a map, big, angry, burning red and orange line going across the United States, clipping through the top part of Mississippi on this line. And you're thinking, oh, okay. It's bull. Here's why I say that. We do have, and this is a great look into how it works. And why am I talking about this? Because if you recall, we talked about it last week. We've got someone out there that as recently as last week, I hope it's not still going on, but I'd be willing to bet it is, was trying to scam people with scare tactics about their bank account here in Pike County. Sending text with links, making phone calls, spoofing the bank's phone number. That all of this coming from the bank, by the way. This isn't hearsay. So this is being used for evil in a lot of ways. And this is another example of it. You take something that either has a kernel of truth or sounds like it would have a kernel of truth, And then you spin it off in a direction where you can get attention and make a post in all caps, or give someone a call, or a direct message on Facebook, or a text, or something to get them all worked up and afraid. And then you can have your way with them. The eclipse next week, this is an actual headline, subheadline at space.com about the February 17th eclipse. The headline is, where will the annular solar eclipse be visible on February 17th? The subhead is, the Ring of Fire eclipse on February 17th, 2026 will be witnessed by more penguins than people. It's not even going to be visible at all in North America. In the post, the Ring of Fire does not forgive carelessness. Are your eclipse glasses ready? Why? Now, here's what I'm talking about when I say a kernel of truth. And you may think the kernel of truth is that there's an eclipse next week. There is. Nowhere around here. Nothing to do with us in Mississippi. But there will be an eclipse next week on the 17th. And you think, oh, they just made up that map just to scare people. No, it's a little more in-depth than that. That map is accurate for an eclipse that's going to happen in 2045. So there's just enough truth in all of this to make it sound believable. Now, this sounds fairly innocuous, and it is. This is somebody just trying to get clicks. And this is somebody trying to get traffic, trying to get attention. The look at me's. By the way, it's been shared 16,000 times and liked, hearted, or shocked, worried face emojied 13,000 times. It's bull in several different ways. But what fascinated me about this one is the complexity of it. Because again, here's the two kernels of truth. Number one, there is an eclipse next week on the 17th. There is. It's inarguable. Number two, the map that's attached to this post is accurate. For the year 2045, 19 years from now. Eye protection mandatory, it says. Safe viewing methods. Never do this. What to expect? 13,000 people. And you may not know you can do this. You can hover over the emojis, and it'll give you a list of some of the people that reacted that way. And then you can click on it, and it'll tell you how many. This thing, trying to scare people about an eclipse that's only going to be viewed by penguins next week using a map that accurately represents an eclipse in 19 years. 875 people reacted with the shocked, worried face. Stop believing what you see on Facebook. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. I cannot stress that enough. Because again, this is fairly innocuous as scams go, and make no mistake about it, if you take one little piece of truth and twist it into a grand lie, you are scamming, whether it's for attention, for clicks, or for your bank balance. It's all the same mechanisms at play. I'm talking about this because we're having this problem. We're having this problem right here in Pike County. And I'm trying to teach you what to look for, what to look out for, and to drive home the importance to, as my dad used to say, engage your brain. Put it in gear. If you just sit in idle mode and you take in everything that's thrown at you and go, oh, well, you're going to get what you're going to get, and you're not going to enjoy it. 875 people saw that using a map for 19 years ago about an eclipse that will only be seen by penguins next week, and went in their reaction. Side note, somebody in the comments on that post said, "Who is this mysterious person that went blind looking at the sun? I hear this constantly. I've never met anyone who went blind looking at the sun." Well, hyperbole didn't just come into being in the last couple of years. You could go blind is more of an attention grabber than you could possibly damage some of the mechanisms within your eye and have a negative impact on your vision. You'll go blind! One of those is going to get attention quicker, easier, and get more attention. That's just like, how many times did you hear when we were kids, "Don't sit too close to the TV, you'll lose your sight, you'll go blind"? That was also bull. Do you know anyone who went blind, because that's the term that was used, from sitting too close to the TV? How would you prove that's what caused it anyway? But again, that's a shorthand scare tactic to get somebody to do what you want them to do, even when it's for their benefit. In fact, the most effective way to use scare tactics is to convince them that you're scaring them for their own good. The bank scam in Pike County last week. The whole thrust of it is to say that there's been a $1,400 debit from your account. We need you to approve it. Oh, well, they're looking out for you. This is for your own good, but oh my goodness, somebody got your bank information and they're trying to steal $1,400 from me. So there's the fear, but it's for your own good. We're looking out for you. We got your back. Also, if you fall for that and buy into it, they also got your money. So as you see these things, and this is one way to inoculate yourself to this kind of nonsense. What I just did with the eclipse post. When you see posts of any kind about any subject, don't just believe it because you're reading it. Stop and think about it. Look at it and go, wait a minute. Is that true? I haven't heard anything about an eclipse next week. Let me go research this. And you go look it up and find out, yeah, there's an eclipse next week, but we won't see it. Then if you continue to get curious because you're pushy and nosy like me, then you're like, well, where did this map come from? Oh no, the map is from 19 years from now. Once you start engaging in that process, it reinforces several things. Number one, it reinforces that there is a lot of malarkey on Facebook that you shouldn't be paying attention to. And it also reinforces to stop believing what you're told just because you're told that, especially if it scares you or makes you feel like somebody's looking out for you. That's two very commonly used emotional mechanisms by scammers. Just keep that in mind because people, well, I was trying to come up with a way to put this nicely, and I don't think there is one. Some people are gullible. Some people will just buy everything, buy anything. And then get mad at you if you point out it's not true. That's my favorite part. So you have to inoculate yourself. You have to give yourself the right mindset about this kind of stuff because texts, phone calls. Here's a fun fact. And as soon as I have time, I've played with it some. You may have heard about the artificial intelligence agents using a little program called OpenClaw. You can actually hook that in through one of the voice generators and get it a phone number, which is very simple online, and you can have that AI make phone calls for you, even using your voice. If you want to clone your voice, if you can get about 3 to 5 seconds of anyone's voice, you can use it to clone their voice. And then have that thing make phone calls as them to anybody. Don't trust text. Don't trust phone calls. Don't trust emails. Don't trust, for crying out loud, don't trust Facebook. Remember, we tried to shut down TikTok because China might be getting your data. Remember the Cambridge Analytica scandal with Facebook, where they were caught selling all of your information? Do you remember who they were selling it to? China. But that's okay. Now, having said that, this leads right into an interesting story from the past. And again, this is one that I personally remember quite clearly here in Pike County. It talks about people buying into fear. We'll talk about it next.
Take a step towards a stronger you. Join Southwest Health for our 36th annual Heart Healthy Day on Friday, February 13th. Head over to Uptown Macomb Mall from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for free health screenings, expert advice, and exciting giveaways. Follow your heart to better health at the 36th annual Heart Healthy Day on Friday, February 13th. This event is completely free. We'll see you there.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
It's Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Wanna get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave Hughes here. Remember, every weekday morning at 9:06, it's Dave in the Morning, where we solve the problems of the world, or at least complain about them really loudly and sarcastically. And if you miss out, you can catch up with the podcast version of Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. You're hot to trot. We know what's come over you. Quit playing around with it here. We all know what's going on in that song. Welcome back. It's a great lead in to Valentine's weekend, isn't it? Welcome back. And I was reminded of this. Hadn't thought about this in a long time because, quite frankly, why would you want to relive it? But our official Pike County historian, Barry Boyd, buddy of mine, longtime buddy of mine, Somebody was asking in a thread a few weeks ago, do we have some sort of official historian for the area? And several people recommended Barry, and I would agree. Well, he's always posting historical things, a lot of things from the Enterprise Journal, a lot of other things. Well, he posted something from January 1st, 1989. 1988, the year in review. Item number 2 on the list plays into this whole thing with what scammers are using, what politicians are using, what everybody is using now. It has become so commonplace that you would think it would lose effectiveness, but it won't. And that's fear. Number 2 on their top 10 list of things for the year in review from 1988 from the Enterprise Journal in Pike County. Rumors of a satanic cult and its activity in Pike County got started. There were stories of sacrificed animals. Citizens were worried. What was going on? At the peak of that satanic panic, which that was a part of it, that was all a piece of the satanic panic. If you've never looked up the satanic panic and you're not familiar with it yourself, go do it. It's a fascinating study in how people work or how they become intentionally broken. At the peak of this, in Pike County, schools reported up to 30% of their students were absent, many apparently kept home by fearful parents. Park Lane was about to have its prom. By the way, let me give you a spoiler of this. There was absolutely nothing that happened anywhere by any group to anyone during this entire thing. It was all being scared of nothing. There were rumors that the cult was going to gather on Delaware Avenue for a midnight march. I remember that. I was actually out that night. I wanted to see this. I knew how that was going to go, and I wanted to watch. Nothing happened. Which is the best way to describe the entire satanic panic. Nothing happened. It was all started by Bailey Smith, according to the EJ, an evangelist who did a crusade in Magnolia and got everybody whooped up. The Park Lane prom, this got such attention. You had newspapers from Jackson and New Orleans that came to cover the Park Lane prom that year because the cult people were coming. Law enforcement confirmed about 20 people were members of a local cult group. Here's your homework, by the way, for today. Not even going to go into this. I want you to look it up for yourself. What is the definition of a cult? Go look that up. It's one of those words everybody has, kind of a feeling. You know what a cult is. Well, if you can't define it, you don't. Grab your dictionary, look up the definition of a cult, and see how many things, as you look around your world and your life, fit that definition. Said the 20 members of the cult had been in contact with law enforcement, said, we don't mean any harm to anyone. All of this, we wound up with the Times-Picayune in town to cover the Park Lane prom in case the cultists showed up and started sacrificing kids in their fancy outfits. Now you sit here and you look back and you go, that's ridiculous. And it proved to be ridiculous because absolutely nothing happened. Nothing. Not even one slight thing that you could point to and go, well, see, there was fire under that smoke. Nothing. But everybody ran around here. 30% of the kids, according to this rundown, were held out of school by their parents. They were so scared that the Satanists were going to get them. Now, this was during the time when they put forth the argument on the national level because the Satanic Panic was a national thing. And part of it was the evil satanic rock and roll, the heavy metal music. We had backwards messages on there. So, of course, rock acts, being who they are, immediately started putting some backward messages in there just to mess with everybody and have some fun with it. But we wound up with congressional hearings. And we wound up getting the parental advisory stickers put on the front of potentially troublesome music. That, by the way, if you were a teenager or in your early 20s during that time, that's the records you wanted. That was a sales push, not the other way around. But do you remember who led that movement? If you think all of that is a good idea, do you remember whose side you're taking in this argument? It was Tipper Gore, Al's wife. Tipper Gore pushed that. She used the Satanic Panic. She used moral outrage and everything. Tipper Gore. Look it up. I beg you, look it up. Because at that point, if you agree, well, you're agreeing with the Gores. Good job. And if you're thinking, well, not everybody is wrong about everything. You can be wrong about a lot of things, but right sometimes. Really? You applying that to anybody in today's political world, or is it all or nothing on all sides? Can't have your cake and eat it too. Not in this room. So, once again, I'll say it again. Stop being afraid. Stop being angry. Because if you pause for a moment and you look at it and you analyze, okay, why am I so mad? Why does this scare me? Most people won't do this, by the way. You will be one of the rare few that does. And analyze, why is it having that effect on you? All of a sudden you pull the curtain back and it's an old man working levers. It's not a great and powerful wizard. And you start to understand what's going on and why it's going on. You're being manipulated and used. And it didn't just start. How did that start? Back in the 80s, 1988. Actually started at the end of 87 and then went all the way through 88. The Satanic Panic, the cult problem in Pike County, which was never a problem, but to get his name in the papers and get attention and get donations, an evangelist that came to town started screaming about the cultists in Pike County that were going to take everybody's kids and kidnap them and sacrifice them to Satan. And a large portion of Pike County bought it. It was bull. We're looking back now. That was in 88. That was almost 40 years ago. We've had plenty of time for something to pop up if it was. Nothing. We had nothing that came out of that. But boy, how many kids miss school? We scream all the time about we got to have the kids in school for the educational opportunities. Well, how many kids miss school, miss class time over what turned out to be a made-up reason for a moral and social panic to raise someone else's profile? Because ultimately, you look back again, almost 40 years later, that's what it was. Better safe than sorry sounds like a fantastic judgment framework to use in your life until you realize if you follow it to its logical conclusion, you're going to sit at home in the closet wrapped in bubble wrap and starve to death because you can't trust any of that food. But at least you were better safe than sorry. It's dangerous to get out of bed in the morning. As these scammers pick up, they're about to pick up again. It's the other reason I'm really pounding this subject. We had the bank problem with Pike National Bank, somebody spoofing their phone number, sending out text with links that would allow them to drain all the money out of your account. This is not a possible problem. It's going on right now in Pike County, and it's going to pick up. You know why? Tax refund season. A lot of people are about to get a lot of money. The scammers know that. And they're going to double down. They're going to be hitting hot and heavy. Everybody whose attention they can get, they're going to go get them. And they're going to try to scare you. The cult is coming after your money and it's going to sacrifice it. Oh, no, wait, no, that was the kids. Somebody is coming after your money. Somebody's trying to steal your money. What they never tell you is that somebody is them. Now, here's the other thing I want you to do. Because you're thinking, Dave, we talk about this all the time. I get it. Great. Does everybody you know get it? Do the older members of your family understand this? Have you explained it? Have you talked to them? I'm just the goofball on the radio. They'll listen to you. You talk to them. You explain, look, here's what's happening. Don't fall for it. Because the scams are flowing several per minute right now. And again, they're about to pick up. So have those conversations now. It will carry more weight emotionally if you have the conversation with them before somebody tries it on them. If somebody tries it on them and then you try to explain it, that puts you in their eyes, at least partially, in the standpoint of, oh, well, are you in it with them? You just don't want me to do what I want to do. I know what I'm doing. Spoilers, they don't, but they'll say that. If you explain it in advance and then it happens, that flips that on its head. And when it happens, you're like, oh, this is what they were telling me about. I recognize this now. So have those conversations in advance. Just bring it up. If you want to, a fun way to bring it up is talk about the satanic panic from the late 80s in Pike County, Mississippi, where the Times-Picayune showed up to cover the Park Lane prom in case they could get a picture of a Satanist kidnapping a kid. Seriously. And use that to go just transfer the conversation, just transition right into talking about scammers doing the same thing now and how awful they are, and talk about what they're doing and how they're doing it. And try to provide a little educational framework to give your loved ones a defense against this, especially the older ones. They came up in a different time. When they came up, if you saw it in print, you believed it. That was beaten into your head. You don't argue with the textbook, right? They were taught that. You never argue with the textbook. The textbook is right. I don't care what you think. I don't care what anybody else says. The textbook is right. So it was drilled into their head from almost birth. If you see it in writing, it's true. So when they get a text, when they see a Facebook post, when they get any of these emails, they're going to buy it. Just out of reflex. Their first instinct is to believe it because, well, it's a lifetime of training. You have to do everything you can to combat that. Because I don't want to see anybody get taken by these losers who spend their day sitting around trying to figure out how to take what someone else has built. I have an idea of how those people could be appropriately punished if they're caught trying to scam anyone, old people or otherwise, out of their hard-earned and hard-saved money. I have a great idea. And interestingly, it also, that idea kind of ties into the satanic panic.
If you cry out for more, if you reached out for me, I would run to the store just to keep you.
Flames are fun. I could stare at a fire for hours. Final break. Close it down on this Thursday morning right after this on Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County 93.5. Final word up next. Keep it here.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Take a step towards a stronger you. Join Southwest Health for our 36th annual Heart Healthy Day on Friday, February 13th. Head over to Uptown Macomb Mall from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for free health screenings, expert advice, and exciting giveaways. Follow your heart to better health at the 36th annual Heart Healthy Day on Friday, February 13th. This event is completely free. We'll see you there.
Don't miss Dave in the morning, even when you miss it the first time. You can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Wanna get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the break. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world.
I literally turned the microphone off as the break started, and my phone started ringing with a spam call. You can't make this stuff up. Looking at one right now. CNN users, your browsing history may have been shared without consent. Check if you qualify for compensation of up to $500. So, you're supposed to be scared and greedy. Okay. You have a wonderful day. Watch out, those Satanists from 1988 could strike at any moment. Otherwise, it was a bunch of foolishness and everyone should feel foolish for buying into it. It's only two options, right? Have a wonderful day. Tomorrow morning, back in the chair for mornings 6:06 tomorrow morning on Super Talk Mississippi, my friend. I'll see you then.
A Super Talk Mississippi media production.